Hello, guys! Now there will be a review of MemeSense. I will tell you everything and show you. Let's get started. Well, in advance, before the start of the video, I ask you to subscribe and like. The very first thing I want to show you is the forum. It is absolutely understandable for every person and very easy. Here you can find the reseller you need absolutely everywhere. There are a huge number of them. There is also a workshop where you can choose the configuration you need. But before using cheats, remember that no one gives you a guarantee that you will not be banned. Use cheats only at your own risk and responsibility. The software has the most common launchers, it's convenient to use, it even has its own built-in spoofer too. When, for example, you played on your Twink account, on which you turned on cheats with all your might, and you haven't been banned from your main account. Also, this cheat completely launches the game for you and does everything for you. You don't even need run CS. Here is our software menu. It is extremely minimalized and absolutely understandable. Everything. The functions are signed, and every person who even launches it for the first time, in principle, will figure it out in just 30 minutes. We go into personalization, and for our convenience we translate all software into Russian. Of course, not all buttons are translated, but still good. The cheat is based on the cloud config system. We need to go to the forum, where we have already paid for the software, and select the CFG we need. Then we add it, go back to the game and press restart so that our CFG appeared. After which we apply it, and here is the whole result in the video. Now I will show you basically all the visuals. I will also show you cams later in the future. You can add names. These names can be displayed in 3 views. You can customize the colors of the names. Also in the cheat there are boxes, there are corner ones, and there are standard ones. In principle, the boxes are completely ordinary and are not really different from other cheats. In principle, visuals too, and in the future I will show you this. The cheat also has health bars, which can also be edited the way you like. You can edit them both the color and their display a bit. In principle, I also showed this clearly to you. There is also a display of the weapon the enemy is holding. You can also display when he is blinded by a flash drive and many other things. There are a lot of cool things in this software. You can also put a skeleton, displaying the enemy skeleton. This is also very cool. And you can also edit it the way you want. And here are our Chamsiki, guys. There are Chamsiki in the form of an outline. Of course, all the cams here look just awful. This must be admitted, this is true. There are cams as well as models. That is, our model will change color without touching the stroke or anything. There are also Chamsiki like this. In general, there are 4 cams, and they all look SOSO, to be honest. And I don't really use cams, I just use this VH, where I turn on the display of the enemy skeleton, and that's it. I don't recommend turning on aimbot, especially on Valve servers, where you'll play Premiere on your Prime account. This will be very bad and will end badly. Look, aimbot is activated by binding to the button. Yes, and it has a bunch of different ways to turn it on. For example, when the button is pressed or vice versa released. Or turn it on and off by binding to a button. Look, there is a radius multiplier. It's like an additional multiplier. It enhances or decreases the current radius already configured by us. Smooch is responsible for smooth guidance. And dynamically it can change smoothness depending on the angle or distance to the target. Smooch by pitch is vertical smoothness. Smooch in reality is horizontal smoothness. You can also select the head, and any other part of the body can only be in the body. You can also set targeting priority to the head, targeting priority to the body. You can only emite with a small amount of HP. You can select targets according to the player, or there you can also choose a chicken. There is also an auto shot. This is an automatic shot. It turns out hitchhiking is an automatic stop before a shot. Auto on zoom is automatic zoom on weapons, for example, and if you have it, and also the reaction time, when will it be shot fired. Here, Triggerbot, this is probably the best. I play legit with him. The very first thing we have is, for example, an auto shot. It will fire automatically when we, for example, turn on the head hitbox, and it will shoot at the head hitbox. We also have an AR check. This is a check to see if, for example, our enemy is in the air. There is also a flash check. If, for example, they gave us a flash drive, then we will not shoot. This also works with smoke. That is, we will not shoot through the smoky eyes. Be sure to turn on. There is also a staple check. Like we take and a zoom check occurs, only, for example, with, we will shoot sniper rifles in zoom. Also ghost time is the time associated with the delay. Also shot delay is a delay before the shot, but before the shot itself. Also, force mouse speed is the forced movement speed of the hovering mouse. Visible is the target visibility condition. Hit group is, for example, a part of the body that we include where our cheat will shoot. If we aim at the head, this is also the reaction time, more precisely the delay before any action. Also recoil control and many other functions that we basically need. There is also highlighting of objects, for example, those that fell on the floor. These are C4 rifles. Installed C4. We also managed to display even chicken and many other things. So, also, guys, the functionality here is very good and, in principle, it's suitable for Tasty Marijua's leg. There is also a grenade tracer, for example, the effect of smoke, how long it lasts, and the action of the ground, how long it lasts and its display. This way you will know when their duration ends and you can, for example, go through. Also, turn it all on and use it for legging. It's just imbued. You can also change the world that surrounds you just the way you want. You can change the clouds, remove different textures, change the colors of these textures, enable night mode and many other cool features. You can also darken the screen completely. You can turn on the backlighting of different objects and that's just imbecile. You can change everything exactly the way you want, thereby allowing you to customize the world around you exactly the way you want and imagine. This is very cool. I think it just looks mega cool. It needs to be used and included. Also in the cheat you can remove blur, shadows, black zoom background, scatter in zoom, also, visual impact, 3D skyboxes, smoke grenades, first-person legs and intro, beginning of the game. Therefore, guys, too, if you want, you can decorate your whole world in CSGO, sky and many other things. And here you can already customize your hand position. Also enable free view and third-person view. Also eliminate shaking while driving. This is just mega cool, especially the hand customization. When I play with this cheat, I set it up the way it's convenient for me, and it looks really cool, especially if you record copper and turn on cams. You can also turn on third-person view and bind in a way that will be easy for you, for example, when pressing a button, holding it down, etc. Also in third-person view the zoom will not be visible. You can also adjust the zoom in third-person view. You can also adjust the position of your hands. By the way, turn on the function activity, for example, when you play with the auto fire turned on, so that you have this was written here, for example, like mine. I fully show how I edit this and the fact that my trigger bot works. When it works for me, my T, well, glows green. You can change its size, fat content, etc. Also in the chat there is a working normal hop, hit sound, kill sound, and also, by the way, very important,